Well, it's not exactly every day you hear of a judge getting arrested, but that is precisely what happened to Judge Michael Thornsberry. This is Mingo County, West Virginia's only circuit court judge. Thornsberry is accused of having an affair with his secretary, and then after she apparently cut things off with him, a U.S. attorney says he tried to frame her husband and have him tossed in jail.
Judge Thornsberry set off on a campaign to persecute his secretary's husband, his romantic rival. In the process, he corrupted the system of justice in Mingo County for his own nefarious purposes. His campaign included a scheme to plant illegal drugs on the rival's truck.
Here's a little bit more of the backstory. Police had stopped his secretary's husband, searched him for drugs, jailed him. That didn't work. The U.S. attorney says the co-conspirator actually backed out. And so this judge here is also accused of going after the husband again and then attempting to manipulate a grand jury. He is charged with conspiring to have a man illegally arrested. And here is how he feels about that.
The truth will be told and I'll be acquitted.
Why do you believe that you'll be acquitted?
Because I'm not guilty.
On the case with me, attorney Darren Kavinoky and criminal defense attorney Janet Johnson. Listen, I know you're innocent till proven guilty, but Darren, career ender?
Yeah, Brooke.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a tough one to bounce back from. And by the way, I mean, the heart wants what the heart wants, Brooke. And
Darren.
And look, women can be awful too. Women can be awful too. Jodi Arias is Exhibit A, but men just have a way of being especially piggish about things, don't they? I mean, on behalf of everybody with the Y chromosome, I just want to apologize on behalf of Anthony Weiner and now this guy.
Can I say my male executive producer just got in my ear and said, piggish? Taking offense to that, Eric Hall, right here.
There's some evidence that there's some romantic involvement, though, and it's worth bringing out that the secretary, his secretary, and he have admitted to some romantic involvement. So at least his motivations for framing this guy are pure. Don't you think,
Go ahead,
Janet?
Janet, jump in.
Well, no, so the point being, this isn't about being a man. I mean, I can accept that, but this is a judge, and as someone who's in court every single day, and I have judges telling me what to wear, when to talk, I have to stand up when they walk into the room, and they're responsible for whether my clients go to jail or prison or get set free. We just don't expect judges to act like this, and this is what makes our criminal justice system the greatest in the world, that we can walk into court and not fear that there's corruption. And, you know, when I have clients say to me, well, will the judge do something that's illegal or not correct, I generally feel confident saying no way. A judge would never do that.
What about, let's play the if game. If this judge is convicted, what about all the people who he has, you know, who've been convicted in cases before him? I mean, does that then open a can of worms to retry their cases?
I've done that. I mean, I've done that as a defense attorney, and I'm doing it right now with a federal law enforcement agent, and she had an affair, and there was a record of it because she used the credit card for the state. I'm using that to undo DUIs, not even, you know, felonies or offenses where my clients went to prison. So, yeah, this is a can of worms, and he's going to get close to 20 years in prison, I would expect.
Darren?
If he's convicted. And by the way, I agree that defense lawyers want to exploit every opportunity they can for the benefit of their client. Indeed, that is their obligation. The challenge may be to show that whatever this misconduct was as being related to a decision that was made, something that happened in the underlying case. It's not just, oh, this judge is now in trouble himself, therefore undo everything that he's done during his career.
Let me also know,
sometimes.
Let me also know, according to affiliate reports, the secretary and her husband plan to file a civil suit. Got to leave it there, Darren and Janet. Thank you very much. Happy Friday to both of you.
Take care, bud.